say that as an observation I've noticed that some women haven't weighed in on this who are actually very elegant and have a view of elegance of themselves, and I'm very curious where you stand on this.
Taylor.
I mean, I'm looking at people I'd love to hear from.
Taylor. Taylor.
Mine.
Do you have a thought?
I don't really use the word, but I know that, like, okay, I understand what they say when it means a good thing for them. Like other words, like fag or spick or anything like that, all those words have never had any type of good meaning to them, so they are still offensive. I feel like the black culture these days, they've turned around to make it a positive. Like it was originally something bad when it was nigger, but when they turned it, I guess they feel like they turned it into nigger to embrace it. Like if you're gonna call me that, I'm gonna, like, it's not gonna affect me that way. I'm gonna see it as a good thing type of thing. So they call it like their friends or that, things like that.
So are you not going to sign the pledge?
I'll sign it. I don't really use the word. Anyway.
That's the only reason why I won't sign.
Okay, so here's the thing that's, I think, fascinating. You won't use the word, and that's your personal decision. You don't harbor any feelings for anyone who doesn't. But you know what? I see a view of yourself that shows me you don't use the word. And that's all I'm saying.
Just when it comes to like the word, like nigger or like fag or things like that, I guess people like they do tend to play with words. Like if you call somebody a fag or they're like, oh, like in London or England that means a cigarette or that means like a pile of sticks. So I guess that's what African Americans come to, like the ER or the A kind of thing, flip it or make it another kind of thing. And another thing my mom says, she says that like nigger, like she calls it niggerism. She says like it's not like an ethnicity or anything like that. It's a behavior like.
An interruption.
Yes.
Can you send Antonio Burnett to the ISS office?
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, like one people say just because you're African American doesn't mean you're a nigger. Like she's like I've come across like white people or Spanish people like they're niggers. Like that's the mentality that you carry. It's not really a color or things like that. So I feel like one, people can play with words and things of that nature, and two, I guess it's more of a lifestyle than more of what you are. Another thing is I think it's what you respond to. Like if somebody calls me a nigger and I don't even respond to it, then I must not be a nigger, you know, because it didn't affect me at all. So I think we should also focus on not responding to those things. That might also kill it. Like if a girl gets called a bitch and she keeps walking on, then she must not be a bitch because she didn't respond to it.
So if I turn and I'm like, wow, I'm offended that you use that word, then I am one.
If you took it as
I must be
you
one.
want. You let the word have power over you, and then that's all the person needs. Like, if like I want to get at like a female, I'm gonna be like, oh, you stupid bitch, or something like that. And then like if you react to it, then I realize I got the better hand of you, and like that's what I want. I want to be the reaction at you. So that what he's saying is like, if you don't let a person calls you a nigga, let that person affect you, then you won the battle. You really like defeated the word. You probably gonna stop calling.
So then it doesn't matter who calls you that word. Then if you don't react to it, it's got no hostility.
It's just like turning the other cheek. Like you just turn the other cheek and you just walk away.
And eventually the person's not gonna do it anymore.
Exactly.
They keep seeing you, you're not responding.
You're not getting anything out of it.
That's like literally anything. If somebody texting you and you haven't responded in 2 weeks, they won't stop texting you. Somebody keeps calling you nigga, you don't respond to it. Oh, I guess we're just calling by his name. Oh, Miguel is popping instead of nigga, what's good? So if you don't respond to it, eventually the person will stop. Recognize I can't call him that. Maybe I call Susie that, but I can't call him that.
I never met a person named Susie.
I don't know if people don't react to it though. I mean, I think it's completely contextual. I think there are a lot of like double, triple standards that like depending on the time and place, the person. I keep on saying like the same things, but I don't know. Like I feel like it's okay in certain situations and it's totally not okay in others. And I'm not sure why. I don't even think people can, articulate why if someone can like explain to me. Because like I see it all the time with like a lot of different things, and like I don't understand it, and it's confusing. Like, why is it okay for you to call your friend that, but if a certain person could, like, carrying themselves in a certain way, maybe you wouldn't expect them to even know that word or something, they call you that, it's a big deal.
I feel like, I don't know, when we're talking about society, like, highlighting things, I feel like if they're going to personally attack the N-word, then I feel like they should just go along and, like, destroy the rest of the slang dictionary, because there's a lot of things that carry weight from the past. Like, when somebody does something, like they perform an action and describe describe it as like dope or crack. Like dope and crack for some serious drugs or whatever. Why would you want to describe like an action you're doing as crack, which still like really severe consequences? So I feel like if you're gonna attack the N-word, that you should just go ahead and like go ahead and destroy the rest of like Ebonics or more slang terms, because they're all pretty powerful.
Okay, and Lisa.
I agree with what David's saying, because like if you make slang words have no, like if you overuse them then they do have no meaning. Same thing like if someone calls a girl a bitch, like most likely it has less meaning now. But then if you do that to all the words, there's just going to be more that come from it. You know, like you're never going to get rid of words that hold weight, because you can get rid of some, but then more are going to come about. But I think it is good how people can embrace it as a good thing by being called it. Like it's a good way to overcome the use of the word. But that doesn't mean that everybody's like that. And I think it's the same thing with fag. Like I know like somebody called somebody a fag, and I remember like they called one of my friends a fag, and I freaked out, because it's just like you don't know who you're gonna offend, and you just have to be careful with what you say. It's kind of not like, you know, it's not worth offending people for no reason.
All right, so I think it's very interesting. We will see. Brittany had a very specific call to action. Speech is only persuasive if the call to action occurs. So we'll see. You can just leave it or not leave it. Right? But Brittany, that was really good speech. All right, and Al.
Here comes another paper cut. 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 Here comes another paper cut.